Hello, this is Todd Elliott. This is my video project number 3 for Dr. Schultz's American History class on Thomas Jefferson. I want to welcome you to St. Paul's Church in Norfolk, Virginia. This is the oldest structure standing in the city of Norfolk. Norfolk was bombarded by the British fleet under orders from Governor Lord Dunmore in January 1776. And following the bombardment and burning of Norfolk in January 1776, only the thick walls of the church remained standing. A cannonball from the bombardment is still located in the wall on the southeastern side where it struck. But believe me, this ball has fallen before. In fact, it was a solid iron ball that struck the church. So it made a hole and fell into the earth. And there it lay until the 1840s when someone had the idea to put the ball back in place. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Appropriate in this setting to begin with Jefferson and the Virginia statute for establishing religious freedom. His 1777 bill is described by Daniel Dreisbach as one of the most venerated documents in American political history. The statute provided it in its enabling clauses that no man shall be compelled to frequent or support any religious worship, place, or ministry whatsoever, nor shall be enforced, restrained, molested, or burdened in his body or goods, nor shall otherwise suffer on account of his religious opinions or belief, but that all men shall be free to profess and by argument to maintain their opinions in matters of religion, and that the same shall in no wise diminish, enlarge, or affect their civil capacities. This document meant so much to Jefferson that his authorship of it was one of the 3 things that he chose for himself to be memorialized on his gravestone. The other 2, of course, were authoring the Declaration of Independence and as the father of the University of Virginia. The statute consists of 3 sections, a preamble which states in part that Almighty God hath created the mind free and willed that free it shall remain. Also that the holy author of our religion, who being Lord both of body and mind, chose that religion should be propagated by reason and not by coercion. Dreisbach notes that Jefferson's statute was not neutral towards religion. The existence of Almighty God, who have created the mind free, is the rationale for governmental recognition of religious freedom. The statute, which presumed a creator involved in human affairs, fell short of advocating an absolute principle that civil government and religion may never interact in a cooperative manner. This statutory recognition of the deity and Jefferson's assertion that religious liberty is derived from the plan of the holy author of our religion offends many strict separationists today. It's probably safe to say that Jefferson's belief in the natural rights of man lie at the heart of what has troubled us as modern Americans on a whole, and myself in particular as a direct descendant of slaves, which is Jefferson, a slave owner. As we have studied the readings, we discovered that he was personally involved in curtailing the spread of slavery. From the Thomas Jefferson Foundation website, we read, at the time of the American Revolution, Jefferson was actively involved in legislation that he hoped would result in slavery's abolition. In 1778, he drafted a Virginia law that prohibited the importation of enslaved Africans. In 1784, he proposed an ordinance that would ban slavery in the Northwest Territories. But Jefferson always maintained that the decision to emancipate slaves would have to be part of a democratic process. Abolition would be stymied until slave owners consented to free their human property together in a large-scale act of emancipation. What we observe then is Jefferson's vision of gradual emancipation coupled with an ethnic bias that insisted on the inferiority of blacks. He well stated that slavery was like holding a wolf by the ear. We could neither hold him nor safely let him go. He believed that violent conflict in the future would be inevitable and was proven correct in 1861 when the first shots were fired on Fort Sumter in South Carolina. As a great American leader, and he was, his strengths and his flaws are laid bare. but his influence resonates with us in a powerful way. The fact that we care so much about what he believed, whether you love him, hate him, or fall in somewhere in between, it doesn't diminish his impact on our American way of life. It's an absolutely beautiful church. Again, the oldest structure in the city of Norfolk, St. Paul's Church.